Good morning. Today we are showing the new rulers. I have alternating 1-inch scallop and mini point rulers, and that's what I'm going to show you on. Ta-da! I'm finally doing my ironing mat. Yes, I love my ironing mat. It is awesome. I've used this forever. I finally got just the right size. It took me a long time, honey. I've been doing this a long time. And I like it because when you go underneath it, there is no heat coming through. And next week I'll do a tutorial on that. I'm just going to show you how to do the binding around it. My other one is the half and half. Okay, the half and half, if you make it into a flower, looks like this. Okay, it's got the scallops and the mini points, and it's absolutely beautiful. You can also use it as a binding. When you use it as a binding, 1/2 is scallops, 1/2 is mini points. So it's kind of cool. You get both, the best of both worlds. Okay, to start making them, it's just like all my other rulers, except, of course, my prairie points. You take 2 pieces of fabric right sides together. When you're going to do a binding with the alternating scallop, mini point, scallop, mini point, scallop, mini point, and the same thing on the other side, 2 pieces of fabric put right sides together. When you add on length, you do a 45-degree angle, just like when you do binding. You cut it selvage to selvage, just like you're binding. You place it on top of your fabric. You trace around your ruler. I'm going to come closer if you can see. Also, please comment so you can be put in the drawing. We're giving away a free PDF pattern of anything on my website. Just keep commenting so you can be put into the drawing. Okay, so you trace around the ruler, mark your endpoints, mark your centers. Please mark everything that is on this ruler. I have a reason for everything on my rulers. I tend to be a titch on the OCD side. I've gotten smarter as I've done these rulers. It's taken me a while. Now I've got each strip with width 4 1/4 and length. I've got it all figured out, girlers. It took me a while. You get smarter as you get older and more mature. So you just keep marking everything. Then what I do is, like, every 4th hump, I put a pin or mini point, whatever you're doing. It's because I have this 30-pound cat that really, really likes pins. I don't know why, but he does. So as I go, this is all going to be fabric, and I roll it up because he sits and watches me do this all the time because he's a nutcase. So I keep rolling it up so all the fabric isn't all over and drive me wacko. Okay? And I pin it as I go along. Okay, when you go to the sewing machine, all you're going to see is your guide, your endpoints, your center cut line, your endpoints, and your guide. Make sure it's clearly marked so you don't have to take it off the sewing machine and remark it. You drop your stitch length to a 2, use your 1/4 inch foot. I don't know if you can see this better, but this is going to be my guide. That's my sew line, 1/4 inch in. When you get down to your endpoints, which are my little dots, you want to come down, stop, pivot, do 1 stitch across, 1 stitch across, 1 stitch across, 1 stitch across. That's when you're doing your mini points. Anytime you have an end point, you need a stitch across, or it's gathery and icky. And just remember, my grandmother will slap you like she did me. Just remember, she made me French seam all my clothes, and she made me line my Barbie doll clothes. But I thank her now. Okay, when you're doing a scallop, you want to come down, stop, pivot, do 1 stitch across, 1 stitch across, 1 stitch across. Once again, anytime you have a deep V, you need 1 stitch across. Remember to comment so you can be put in the drawing for a free pattern. Then what you do after that is you sit down and you put on a good movie. Put on your glasses if you need bifocals. And you want to cut it. I'm going to get another scissors out like these. 1/8 of an inch from your sew line, like you do when you applique, because you want to get rid of all that extra fabric you do not need. You can clip it, you can pick it. pink it, but you don't want, you just want it as easy as possible. So you just want to get rid of all that extra fabric. Then the reason I have these lines all the way through, I didn't put them all the way through or my rulers would break. I just got them, but cut it all the way through one layer only, or you'll have two halves and bye-bye binding. By the way, the fabric I'm using today is Jill Finley's This and That. I wanted something bright and happy because it feels like it's spring anyways in Utah. We haven't had a lot of snow. And I just think it's happy. You don't have to do a design on the back. I just do because why not? And I'm a little cuckoo for coconut sometimes. But you could just use a plain strip of fabric. But I just think it's cute to do a design. I always do some sort of design on it. And this is Jill Finley's This and That. Then what you have to do is take and you put right sides out. Then I have a little pusher. This is made out of heat-resistant Macrolon. This is so you don't end up in a rubber room with a rubber toilet and chair from doing this or that. Because no matter what you do, they're never perfect enough. Then I use a little spray starch. My mini point pusher happens to fit every size. Doesn't matter from my 3/4 inch on up because of the shape of the ruler. It's also awesome for pushing out pillowcase corners, hot pads, anything that has a corner. And I did not make it so sharp it goes through your corners. That would drive me crazy. And anything that drives me nuts, I change. Then this is my 1 inch, and you've already purchased my scallops or my mini points by 1 inch scallop. You've already got the pusher, and you don't need to buy another pusher. It already fits. Once again, make sure you comment so you can get in the drawing. And next week, I'm going to give away the bone ash that's on top of here. I'm going to give away all the stuff, a whole kit of to do a ironing mat, including the fabric on the back. So, make sure you watch next week. Also, today, if you comment, you would be put in a drawing for a pattern of your choice off the PDF on our website. Also, we are doing lots of packages. So look on the website. We were doing a bunch of packages so you can get a better deal. And I just want you to really enjoy the rulers because they're a lot of fun. Then what you do after that is you fold it in half. And this is going to be my binding. I always start in a corner, end in a corner. Okay. This is pretty thick. So when you do put this on, you're going to have to use a walking foot. But I always do anyways. So when this is on, it's going to be every other one is a mini point scallop. Isn't that just the cutest thing? It just gives you something different. I get bored kind of easy because I have ADHD, so I just like something. Then you just take your walking foot, do any decorative restraints that you'd like going down, and the other 3 corners, all you have to do is miter it. Let me put this down so I can get it. It does not matter where you end up. Nobody will notice. Because once you do the decorative stitch or whatever, all I do is take some fabric and I 45 it. And just leave enough. So you have a little lack there so you can do it. And it looks just as cute as a button. Isn't that just cute? And there, you're done with that. Then when you do the other corner, when you start and you stop, all you have to do is have this folded in half. And you start and you stop in a corner. So it'll look like this. And if it's too long, all you have to do is put right sides together. And then all you have to do is sew it, cut it, turn it right sides out. It'll look just like this all over again. That's all you do. I do nothing hard, and it's the cutest thing. And I've used these for years. And also the reason I make them also is when you're in a hotel room, I don't care what a hotel, you can be at the Hilton, you can be at anything, and their stupid ironing boards go like this. And it drives me wacko. Make sure you comment so you can go in the drawing. My other one is half and half. And it's that beautiful pillow right there. Same thing. 2 pieces of fabric right sides together. This one will show 2 colors, just like all my other rulers. Okay, so you place this on top of your fabric. Once again, make sure you know which one you want on the outside, which one you want on the inside. So you trace around the ruler. Mark your endpoints, mark your centers. Make sure when you're going to do a binding that you enclose the end so there are no raw edges, because you're going to start in a corner and end in a corner. Okay? Make sure you mark everything. Once again, every 4th hump I put a pin. I roll it up so my fabric doesn't shift. Okay? When you go to the sewing machine, all you're going to see is your guide, your endpoints, your center cut, your endpoints, and your guide. Okay? Then I cut it 1/8 of an inch from my sew line like I do when I applique. Just to get rid of all that extra fabric you do not need. And then this will show the 2 colors because it's half and half. And I'll just show you, on one side will be the scallops, on one side will be the mini points, and it's really cute also. Once again, if you put your name in the drawing and you comment, you will be put in a drawing for a PDF pattern of your choice on my website, which I have quite a few patterns. And also, next week I'm doing a full tutorial of my ironing mat, so please tune in. And I'll give away a full kit of everything you need to do that ironing mat. I love it. I use it. I've used it for years. I usually make 2, 3 at a time, so I can have one at home. I can take one on the road, leave it in a suitcase. I have one downstairs, one upstairs. I just have them all over because I really like them. Make sure you comment so that you can have your name in a drawing. Also, we have new packages on our website so you can get better deals. And I just want you to enjoy the rulers. They're a lot of fun. There's so many things you can do with them. I've had them for 10 years and I still haven't run out of ideas. Okay, then all you do is cut through one layer only. Just make sure you comment so you can get in the drawing. I want everybody to get a free pattern. Then you put this out and this out. Where is my rat tail comb when I need one? No, that sounds crazy, but it's true. I'll have to use this little doohickey. I'll have to bring one out here. I know I got one upstairs. My beauty salon's right over there, but that's okay. Figure it out. And right here, I've got like a little squaring out thing. Remember, you could use this for corners. I didn't make it so sharp that it'll go through and drive you nuts. I don't like things that drive me nuts. Although I do have 4 dogs and they can drive me nuts. But I love them to death. Next show I'm going to be at is Atlanta. I think it's the first week in March. And then the next week I'm in Lakeland, Florida. And I think it's the second week in March. Then I don't know my schedule from there. I don't look very far ahead.
We have Jennifer asking if there are any hints for sewing that will make them turn out best. So maybe your stitch length. And...
drop your stitch length to a 2. Use your 1/4 inch foot. Take your time. I'm never in a race. I'm into perfection more than speed. I had a grandmother that made me pick out everything if I didn't do it perfect. I'm not into speed. I'm into taking my time and perfection. I've done these so long that I could probably do these in my sleep. But I would start out with a sample before you do it on what you're going to do it on. And like I said, I'm not into speed. I'm into perfection. But I had my grandmother was the most talented woman I probably have ever met. But she was very into precision. And I think that's where I got if I don't do it right, I get to do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So I'm very into precision. And I don't even care how long it takes me. It's just how it looks is how I am. If that helps. It's like anything else, practice makes better. Okay, so what this will be is one side will be scallops and one will be mini points. And so if you made a binding out of this, or you can make the flower, I just think it looks really quite cool. I don't know, I just want something different because I get bored too, you know. And my next ruler is going to be half hexies, and they should be out in a few weeks. So here's scallops on one side and mini points on the other. Isn't that just the cutest thing? So here's the mini points, and here's the scallops. And you put it on the same way. So it's fun. You could do a baby quilt, you could have scallops on one side, mini points on the other. You could use something that's kind of a generic color. It's just fun. It's just fun. And you can do so many different things out of all of it. Remember, next week I'm doing my ironing mat. It's awesome. You can fold it up. You can take it. It doesn't take a lot of room. It doesn't get hot underneath. Because that would drive me nuts because I've always got those tables when I'm at a show that are kind of plasticky and I don't want them to get hot. They puff up and it's kind of crazy. And also I'm giving a kit away, a full kit for this. And this is Jill Lily's This and That fabric, which is absolutely beautiful, and it's springy and it's fun. And just comment, and you'll be put in a drawing. And I think I'm going to do the drawing now. And thank you for watching, and God bless. And the winner is, of the PDF pattern, Sharon Shovelson. I hope I'm saying that right. And congratulations, you get a free PDF pattern. And thank you for watching. And watch next week because this is really a fun thing. And if you take it to a retreat or whatever, it's amazing to have. I appreciate you watching, and God bless, and see you next week.